Hey class, how is it going? My name is Zachary Stickler, and today I'm going to be informing you guys about my most admired business person, who is Conor McGregor. When people typically think about successful business persons, they typically imagine like Elon Musk with Tesla and SpaceX or Jeff Bezos with Amazon. People don't typically think about fighters, boxers, or founders of whiskey companies. Conor McGregor is all three of those things. And in my eyes, he is one of the most successful and interesting business people in today. Um, I've personally been a long fan of the UFC, and I have watched Conor McGregor grow from the very start of his career in the UFC to where he is now today. Um, and I think that Conor McGregor is the essence of what it means to build yourself up from the ground. Conor McGregor started from almost nothing. He was a plumber in Dublin, Ireland, and through hard work, dedication, skill, savagery, swagger, and precision in the UFC octagon, he has risen the ranks of champions and become one of the most prolific and successful athletes in the modern world. Um, First, I want to discuss his career in the UFC. Then I will talk about his endeavors in boxing, and then finally I will touch upon his founding of a whiskey brand called Proper 12. So, according to an article from ProQuest.com, Conor McGregor has accumulated $22 million from his contracts in UFC fights alone. Something to note about that is that he generates most of his wealth from sponsorships, partnerships, and special appearances outside of the sport. But the sport of UFC and mixed martial arts is what allowed him to gain that notoriety to branch out into those things outside of the sport. Conor McGregor himself has brought an unreal amount of popularity and revenue to the world of mixed martial arts as a whole, and he has smashed pay-per-view streaming world records by a long shot through his precision and pompousness and swagger in the octagon. It is why people love him and people are longtime fans of him. I'm willing to bet that if McGregor has another fight anytime soon, that millions of fans worldwide will be paying for that, betting on that, spending a lot of money on that fight because it is so high level. So the next thing I want to talk about is his venture into boxing, his intuition to make even more money expanded when he landed a fight with one of the greatest modern boxers of all time, Floyd Mayweather. And according to Forbes.com, McGregor was guaranteed $30 million ahead of the bout, but received roughly $85 million when the match was said and done. And that was all through sports betting, partnerships, deals outside of the sport. But something that I want to point out is that McGregor is in the business of entertainment. Though he only has one professional boxing fight under his belt, the match ended up being probably the highest paid professional boxing debut ever in the history of boxing, even though he had never had a boxing fight before. The next thing that I want to talk about is his venture into the foundation of Proper 12 Irish Whiskey, which is his own whiskey brand. Conor McGregor, being the businessman that he is, he set out to create a whiskey brand that paid homage to his homeland of Dublin, Ireland. And Proper 12 embodies McGregor's core values of brotherhood, loyalty, and hard work. And according to ProperWhiskey.com, his own website, McGregor and his team search for a place and people that share the same personal values And since the launch of the whiskey itself, it is reported that Proper 12 helped push whiskey sales in the U.S. to $1 billion in the United States in 2020 alone. So I know that I'm not a fighter, and I'm not a boxer, and I'm not a connoisseur of whiskey by any means, but McGregor's drive and intuition to make more money however he can, and however he chooses, is what inspires me so much. And I think that his ability to branch out into different business styles is what intrigues me the most about him. So, to conclude, I want to recognize the drive and the passion McGregor embodies so well. And if I just want to say, if one were to pursue their own dreams and their own desires with the same fearlessness and determination that Conor has, they're bound to reach some level of success in their career. And I want to leave you here with a quote that I found from brainlyquote.com. It's from Conor himself, and it says, "The more you seek to be uncomfortable, the more you will become comfortable." Thank you.